do seated. You can do it in your bed. You can do it on the floor. You can do it in your head. Sorry, I had a Dr. Seuss moment. You can do it in the air. You can do it with your hair. You can do it on the floor. You could do it like you've never done it before. Okay, I'll stop. But seriously, like, it doesn't have to be super serious, guys. Like, that's, I guess, part of what that rambling was about, was like, it doesn't have to be serious. It just has to be a moment of self-care, which we're going to talk about after this breathing exercise. So the first thing I want you to do is just find a comfy spot. If you're in a place right now that you can have a little bit of quiet, shut the door. If not, that's cool. Just follow along so you kind of know what's up, and then revisit when you have a chance to get into a place that's quiet. Because I think that's really important when you're sitting down to do any kind of self-care like this, is to find a space where minimal interruptions, a place that you can have a little bit of relief from external stimulus, and you just come into your seat. If it feels good to lay down for the day, do that. Find a spot where you can sit and be comfortable and breathe. I like to sit on my bolster because it tilts my hips the way that I want them to tilt. So I'm going to move you back just a little bit so you can kind of see me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so simply find your seat. This can be a profound thing in itself, is just being still for a moment. A lot of us are conditioned that we always have to be moving to be worthy of something or whatever. Not true. You can, be still. And then once you kind of get into your seat, just allow yourself to be present. So that can look like maybe feeling your tailbone connecting with the earth. That can feel like just resting your hands on your knees and being aware of that. It can also be taking a breath and becoming aware of maybe the tension in your shoulders that you're holding. And then as you exhale that breath, just releasing it out. So just taking a moment to create the space for yourself to breathe. Feeling the connection and support from the earth. Closing your eyes is always a great thing because it shuts out that visual stimulus. And then just breathing in and breathing out. I always imagine calling in any scattered pieces of myself that are wandering around with my inhale, and letting those pieces settle back into my heart on the exhale as my shoulders relax into the support of the earth. And then deepening into the breath work, taking the breath in through the nose and then out of the mouth with a sigh. This can be a quiet sigh, or it can be a loud sigh, like letting that throat chakra release. Coming to mind of that video in the yoga studio with the Grinch where they take the inhale and he screams, "Ah!" That's okay too. If that feels like what you need to do in the moment, allow yourself to do that. So often we block our own healing by judging ourselves. You may have to tell somebody that you're okay or afterwards who's in the house, but it's okay. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's a cleansing breath. Allow it to be cleansing. And then, after you've gotten this in through the nose, out through the mouth, draw the soles of your feet together so you're in that butterfly pose. Opening up through the pelvis is a really great way to release tension and stress. We like to store it there, especially women. We like to store that shit there. The womb is not a place to store that, okay? So let's breathe it out. Get into that butterfly pose. Let yourself straighten through the spine from the support that you feel in your tailbones from the earth. And again, drop into that breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Here's a bonus. This is great to release tension in the diaphragms. Diaphragm, diaphragm, diaphragm. So this hits a couple of points. And what you do is you inhale into the nose. Let the tongue sit behind the top of your teeth and relax your jaw. Let it drop down. And then try and keep the jaw loose and let the air fumble your lips. So this is bonus breath. Inhaling through the nose and then... But the key is your jaw kind of like tries to tighten up. See if you can let the jaw be relaxed too. And that allows relaxation through all of the diaphragms. So again, inhaling in that butterfly pose, sitting up nice and straight. Teeth behind, or tongue behind the front teeth, and then maybe that makes you smile, brings a little bit of childlike playfulness into your moments. One more time, inhaling. Oh, do it again. That felt good. And it's that simple. And then from your butterfly, if you want to keep going, if this feels good, then let your legs go long and straight. Inhale in through the nose again. As you inhale, the arms up. And then as you exhale, just take a really simple forward fold. As you're taking your simple forward fold, inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth again. Use that cleansing breath to untie the knots in your body and in your mind. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the neck be relaxed. Let the shoulders be relaxed. Let the knees be buoyant. Let this feel good. Do this a couple more times. Notice if your mind wants to come in, how the breath can quiet the thoughts. And then as you inhale, you can reach the arms up overhead. And mouth exhale, wiping away the day. And maybe by now, if you've been following along, it almost like I can already feel the sense of calm and groundedness that's coming into my system as I'm guiding this in a very informal way. And that's part of the reason I wanted to do this, because I want to show you this doesn't have to be a formal thing. You know, if you're having a hard day and you want to inhale through the nose and exhale with a fuck out of the mouth, good for the throat chakra. Totally acceptable. There's your permission if you needed it. Inhale through the nose. Fuck that shit. That can be just as healing. Or let that shit go. You can bring that into your practice and it can be just as effective as the things that are serious and whatnot. So yeah, I just felt pulled to share that with you as well. So moving on with the in the nose, out the mouth, a couple of the things you can do as you're sitting there. You can take your hands to your rib cage, wrapping your hands around the rib cage so that you can feel the inhale. And as you inhale then, bring the awareness into pushing the air into the backs of the thumbs just as much as you're pushing into the front fingers. Feeling that full expansion, noticing if you're, like trying to focus and you're folded over, straighten up. We're all slouchers. We're all trying to protect our jugulars. Relax it for a minute. Find a space that you can expand. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then you can keep going, and you can inhale, bringing the arms up overhead, and exhaling into cactus arms. So cactus arms are just, you know, kind of like a cactus. Just had the weird song popping in my head. Hey, ho, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Whatever. Maybe that was meant for one of you that is watching, or somebody watching the replay. I don't know. I've just learned to go with it and say it out loud. Anyways, so now that you're in cactus arms and your arms are hurting, inhale, lift it up, exhale, back into cactus arms. So what this does is you're inhaling, expanding, exhaling, bringing it back down. You're experiencing that effort and that ease, the equal amounts that comes with the breath work, but you're also expanding through the upper body. This is great for anybody who has respiratory issues. Opening up the breathing passageways, and even if you don't have respiratory issues, this is really good because you probably aren't breathing fully anyways, right? And it's okay if you mess up the breath work. Just breathe, right? Okay, my arms are getting tired. How about you guys? Bring your hands down. So here's another easy one that you can do. Shoulder rolls. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you roll down, and just do that in a rotation. And this, you can almost feel the weight of the world sliding off of your shoulders as you inhale and exhale it away. One of my favorites to bring you into center. Yeah. And then you can always go the other way, because that feels good too. Lengthening and strengthening out that way. And then the last one that I wanted to offer tonight is a seated, really easy way, is inhaling, grabbing the right or the left, grab a wrist with the other hand, okay? It's easier than confusing with left and right. Make sure you're nice and straight and open. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lean over, open up. Again, a great side stretch. Notice if your legs start to get tense. See if you can relax them. See if you can maybe use that hand that's gripping the wrist to pull a little bit. Only if it feels good. Always listening to the body. You know, heeding those calls of danger, discomfort. Inhaling and exhaling, opening up. Okay, and then taking an inhale, switching your grip, exhaling over to the other side, because you got to do both sides, okay? And again, just taking some time to maybe pull a little bit, you know, adjust, play, see what feels good in the body. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Inhaling back up to center, and then just bringing the hands down. And then if it feels good to sit there for a couple more rounds, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And that's it. That's breathwork bites. That's a little bit of mindfulness meditation, because you're breathing, you're in the moment, you're feeling the stretching and the expansion, and in doing that, in setting an intention and actually showing up for yourself and doing that, it can create space for better breathing, which, you know, if you just take the time to actually breathe, you're doing your body such a service. Such a service. And then when you include some of these just really basic stretches, it just adds another layer, and it can really benefit you. And what did that took not very long. You could shorten that up into a 3-minute practice for yourself and really reap some benefits. So I'm just really encouraging everybody tonight to really remove any stories any resistance to exploring breath work and exploring meditation, because it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can swear. Okay? Like I said, in through the nose and out with a let that shit go. If that's what is getting you to a place where you can be centered and have some space, how is that wrong? Anyways, so another really easy meditative type of thing you can do is a body scan. Yes, breath work is life-changing, Amanda. Yes, 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 yes. And that's why I want to share, because maybe you didn't know that. There's a lot of things I didn't know. There's a lot of things I still don't know. Forever a student. So with the body scan, what I would recommend real easily is to use the breath work of in through the nose, out through the mouth. So that's really kind of centering and focusing you. With a body scan, I like to lay down just because then I'm fully relaxed and I can feel any sensations that are in my body. So when you're doing kind of a body scan, there's several different ways to do it. There's methods, and maybe I'll come in with a formal meditation at some point. But really just focusing on each body part and allowing relaxation to spread. You can imagine the relaxation as a golden light. You can imagine it as a waterfall. You can imagine it as filling a pitcher. But really the idea is to start in the feet. And you're in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you start at the tips of the toes and you start to bring just awareness to that, bringing all of your focus and attention to that body part. And as you're inhaling, imagining that relaxation, inhaling and coming into the toes. And like I said, like a pitcher, filling with each inhale, letting that feeling spread from the toes into the whole feet. See, imagine, or feel what that's like as that relaxation, that energy of relaxation enters the body on the inhale. And then as you sense that in the feet, letting it grow up into the ankles, feeling, sensing, imagining the relaxation spreading up into the calves and the kneecaps. Each exhale is allowing the body to melt into that relaxation, that sensation as you inhale, letting that sensation spread from the kneecaps up into the thighs, allowing the thighs to absorb this energy. And letting it spread up into the pelvis, into the abdomen. See, imagine, feel what that's like as your pitcher, your body is filling with this golden light of relaxation. That's how I imagine it. Maybe it's showing up differently for you. That's perfect. Letting it spread up through the abdomen, permeating the heart space, spreading through the shoulders. On your next exhale, see, imagine, feel the relaxation as it trickles down the arms, down through the forearms, into the fingertips, feeling it spread throughout the whole arm. Noticing now as you inhale the air through the windpipe, how that relaxation spreads through the throat chakra and up and around through the back of the neck, through the back of the head, through the ears. This inhale releases the jaw a little bit deeper. The facial muscles start to absorb the energy, the golden light of relaxation, spreading up through the forehead, And finally feeling it in the crown. Wow, taking a moment here to just feel, see, sense, imagine, however that shows up for you, that relaxation that you've now allowed into your body. Fill you up like a pitcher. And then you can stay there as long as that feels good. My whole body is tingling right now. And I kind of feel like I could float away. Like I just kind of want to walk away now. I'm like, all right, guys, have a good night. Bye. I done sent myself out. I was trying to help you guys. But see like how powerful that can be when you just take the time. You know, and again, you can return to this, you know, when I usually try and go through and figure out about at what like time point I start a meditation and note it in the videos so that when you go to revisit, you can just kind of fast forward to that point that you need. How are you guys feeling? Like if you followed along, like just feeling really, guys, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm just supposed to guide, not actually. No, but that's what's so beautiful about this too, is when I'm able to share it, I'm able to experience this as well. And that's part of what I love about what I do is that, you know, not only do I get the opportunity to just come and share, but I get the opportunity to experience it in a different way. No, good, Bethany. So yeah, it's just, it's beautiful. We all get to benefit. I will ring to that.